It might feel like a very distant dream, and in some cases for you it feels like a nightmare, but I feel like the energy is coming through so different that it is, I wouldn't say you're past it, because I think sometimes energetically it creeps in or there are reminders, but you don't go back the same way that you did energetically, and kudos to you. I'm hearing that it's time you know the truth. You know the truth. And I feel like there's been this needless suffering on the planet as a whole, but there are some characters in your life that tried to hand you their burdens. And when you handled those burdens with love and with grace and ease, it's like they crashed out and just lashed out at you. You might have felt like somebody switched up. You might feel like, I think why it feels like dream nightmare, because you're like, at this point, what really happened? And you might be tying yourself up in knots, going like, trying to make sense of it. And I feel like it's time to just, I'm hearing let bygones be bygones. I was like, put it on the shelf. It's expired. This timeline, this narrative, these cast of characters, they're outdated. They're outdated. I was getting the word mirage and guys, and that they were mirroring you. They were working you by mirroring through external social markers. So that's how they got in. So stop beating yourself up for like, how did I allow them to get so close that they could put salt on my wounds? They had to learn what those wounds were, right? And it's like that was their specialty, is pain. Their specialty is chaos. Their specialty is learning to maneuver beyond the veil, but not in a way that serves the highest order. What I think is interesting is that they were also giving me that they boasted, like they're stepping all over you, throwing salt in their wounds, playing all these childish games, and then behind your back they're like boasting that they got you, and you're like make it make sense, and you can't. So again, time to close that book, time to write that letter, burn it, something like that. It does feel like there's like a true change. So you're meant to like let that in. I think the reason why you're meant to look back to move forward or be aware to grow forward is that you're not meant to let this hinder you and stagnate you, because that means they've won. And they never did. They never did. They never had your back. They never held you in the honor. And I think maybe you were a little naive in assuming that others would operate in the same frequency or the same code of conduct that you did. And so it's not that you had blinders on, it's that like the way these people operated, just you wouldn't go there, you wouldn't do that. Was getting the song Happy. So I feel like you're gonna come into a place where you're gonna be so glad that the past didn't work. Like, so glad that none of that worked out, so that you're open for this opportunity. Venus entered Cancer. That was yesterday at the time I'm recording this. The song Days Like This from Van Morrison. So it's like there are times that you are feeling uplifted, but it's a matter of allowing that. The energy is definitely coming in different. The last few times I've tried to read, I had issues like recording, or I think I've recorded. So I don't know if it's time to shut this down. Last channel I shut down, so we'll see what pops in. It's more than perseverance, it's purity. And so each time you go through these experiences, it's like you crack a code of a program that someone else was running in your system, because you're making room for the divine light to come in to activate those resources. You're the key. You hold the key. The divine is handing you the keys. And I was getting that you're the gift. I think it was Sunday. I did a short me see if I get those notes. If you only knew the power of your heart, you're focusing too much on the backlash. Open your mind to the blessings. Your light truly is a gift. You're a blessing, not a burden. Release that program. Someone or someone's community, workplace, family, they used a program. They used some sort of pain point to weaponize you. They didn't expect you to rise above it. It might have worked in the past. Maybe you're just like busy doing other things, so you just like paid it no mind, kept going. You might have overrid some sort of psychic attack. Again, it's been coming in like getting a new detail, like security detail. I feel like you're writing, speaking. This is like make it habit, speak it into existence. 11:5. 7, learning you mastered. You've mastered this. Maybe it's also learning to create some boundaries for your heart, that not everyone has access to your energy. Oh. Maybe you want to give someone the key to your heart. You now know that you're in a safe space to do that. That image was coming up, the idea of the hand and the soft petals. Take that as you will. Shoot, cards are going everywhere. Someone might feel a mess, but it's not really. Manifesting. Planting seeds. There's something behind. Oh, something's moving. Something's moving. And exactly what you want. And it's visible. It's transparency. Someone's forthcoming. Something is forthcoming and worth celebrating. Man, cat out of the bag. So this could be this. I do get this message is that sometimes like the way you operate, the way the divine works through you, is the way you're meant to bring forth the higher orders. Like sometimes someone meets you in their off season to play a bit, and the divine spotlights your growth. Something's happening in the material. Something is materializing for you. Truth. We have throat chakra activations, timely downloads, timelines, opening up different portals. Could be opening up portals through energy exchanges, of which like help activate others. So it's like helping the helpers. Sprinkle, sprinkle. This is not to be afraid of the passions, is how I'm going to take that. Because there's a new order of existence with this mastery of this time, of this closing out of a past cycle. Days like this. It kind of reminds me of the song. I'm not getting the song. I'm getting the song Van Morrison, days like this, but it reminds me of the energy of the Wyclef, Mary J. Blige song 911. Someone please call 911. It's like it's so deeply in love. I want to use the word embedded, but I'm not sure if that's the right word. I feel like on one level someone met their matches and you ain't playing like that. You'd be in the workplace, you know what I mean? I think whatever it is you do, however it is you operate, is the perfect key, the perfect fit, the perfect match for, let's say, a new workplace or a loving partnership. Soul tribe energy is coming up a lot, where it's not necessarily your blood family that you'd be spending your time and energy on, but at least the past program. People are going to teach you that there is more. There is more. Somebody slept on you, but it's like, oh, this energy resonates. Sorry. Message, and somebody wanted to keep you locked in. There's something that's meant to be spotlighted about your growth, your existence, and the reality of the human incarnation and its ability to transform and transmute. The power of perception, as in like rising above adversity, that's Seven of Swords energy. And the power of love and dismembering the shame of sexuality. I feel like you're meant now to rest easy in this safe space. Like, it's like no one's gonna come blow your house down. No one's gonna come blow your house down. The damage done in the past was part of the rebuilding. Something's going to come to the surface, and this is going to be on a solid infrastructure to build this reality where you will sleep easy and perhaps have a lot of fun. All right, I'm going to leave it here. Please only take what resonates. You are your best teacher, sending you lots of light and love your way.